What's up, metalheads? If you're new here, my name's Jamie. This is the Blades and EDC channel, and today I got something a little different for you guys. This is my buddy Craig's Kansept Convict, and we are gonna change the colors of it. It's already this light blue, kind of a grayish blue color, and he wants it a darker blue, which I think will look pretty good. So we're gonna disassemble this. Then I'm gonna stop the video, go ano it, bring it back, and bring you guys back in, and then we'll reassemble it and lube it up and all that good stuff. And we also have he's changing the thumb stud. We're gonna match the thumb stud color, or thumb disc, or whatever you call this thing. We're gonna match this color to what we do the scales in. And then he has another convict. He's gonna throw this black one on. Yeah, I love the way this thumb stud works. Never had one of these before, but I wish it was on both sides. I can't reverse flick. I keep trying to reverse flick this thing and I can't, and it drives me crazy. So I wish it was on both sides, but you know, it is what it is. So let's take this thing apart. Something else kind of odd about this. What's all this about? Why 4 standoffs? I'm wondering if it's just for looks or if there's some purpose for them. Odd to see 4 of them. Seems a bit excessive to me, but you know, it is what it is. Somebody designed it that way for a reason. Alright, we're gonna be using a good screw. Love the good screw. And I think it's all T8s. I'm not sure, but let's check. No, those are not T8s. Pivot's T8. The rest are T6. Alright. It's a lot of screws, man. Make sure all these are the same size on both sides, so if they aren't, I don't want to mix them up, you know. I should have my little mat out here. Actually, I'm going to bring it out here. This may throw the color off, so bear with me if it does. I apologize in advance if it does. Let's stick these over here. I forgot all about this thing. There we go. Bring this back over here. This here. All right. Alright. Go ahead and take that pocket clip off. Keep those with the pocket clip, although they look about the same. I think all the screws are the same. I love it when they do that with a knife. You know, don't have 5 different screw sizes. Alright, we have a T8 on both sides of the pivot here, which is different. But let's go ahead and take out these first. I'm curious if they're all the same size. And I'm assuming those standoffs must be captive because they're not free spinning. I was worried about that. Would I need 2 drivers to get these out? Because I thought that maybe those standoffs just may spin once I get one side out, but no. I'm assuming they're captive. May not be, but you know, I like this knife the color it is personally. I like this look. He wants darker, so we're gonna go darker. I've had this knife of his for like a month now. I've had so many knives. You guys have been following, you know, with the knife sale and everything. Been super busy. I just have not gotten around to this. So we're gonna do it today, so we can get this sent back to Craig He's in no rush though, so he said take my time. Alright. And he's actually sent more knives in. I've sent a bunch back to him, and there's several of his knives still here for the next knife sell. Alright, now that is spinning freely. Let's try this side. See if I can just hold this side and get it to come out. There it goes. Those are titanium. I was wondering. Hardware is all titanium too. Everything's titanium. Convict is a very popular knife. Got washer in there. There we go. Whenever you do ano, you always make sure. I've made the mistake in the past. I left a washer inside the scale of a knife. It actually had a pretty cool effect. It made the ano color like iridescent looking, especially closer to where. And I actually had the titanium wire hooked through where that washer was at. I don't know if there's any danger to that or not. I figured it out pretty quickly. I ended up changing the color. I wasn't crazy about it, but it looked pretty cool actually. I've been considering trying it again, intentionally doing it to see if I can come up with something new or different. We'll clean all this up after we when we got to reinstall it. Also got to make sure you get that out of there. Oh, this side. And when you do an ano, you always want to make sure you clean really, really well before you anodize. You want to get all oils and everything completely off the knife. I use acetone to clean it. I'll actually wash it with water first, soap and like dish soap, degreasing soap and water first. Then I'll clean it with acetone. Then I'll drop it and etch it and get everything off of it. Then I'll rinse it in distilled water. Then I will clean it with acetone again, and then I will anodize it. So got to make sure you keep everything off of this knife. You one little, like say if I missed that little spot right there, or where my fingers just touched, it would not look right. It would come out looking horrible. So I wear gloves too. You don't have to wear gloves, but I like to wear gloves. All right, keep those two together. Now we need to keep this together also. Remember where this goes. You know, I don't know how he feels about it, but I think we should keep the black screw from that one. I think that silver screw is going to look odd on that black blade. I'll ask him about that. But once this is anode blue to match the scales, I think that silver screw is going to look a bit odd on this side. I don't know what color the other blade is he's going to put this on. If it's black also, he may have the same problem. I didn't really think about that, but I need to run that by him and see what he thinks, because he may want to stay with this, because, you know, if this is going to be a problem on another blade, the other convict he's going to use it on, I don't know. I'll check with him. It's real easy to strip the color back off this if he doesn't want to ano it. So yeah. All right, I'm going to clean these up, anodize them, and I will bring you guys back when I'm done, and you'll see the new color, and then we'll reassemble and lube it. One thing I got to say about this knife, look at all the parts on this thing. This thing has a lot of parts. Probably the most parts for any folder I've ever taken apart. It's all those standoffs. 4 standoffs. A lot of parts on one little knife. Alright guys, I will see you shortly. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a second for you, and it's been about 15-20 minutes for me, and I think we achieved the color that Craig was looking for. We'll start out with the thumb disc, thumb stud. Bam. And once I get it all back together, I will move this blue out of the way and put the gray background back there behind it so you get a better look at it. All right, here is the lock bar side. Nice navy looking darker blue, which is what he was looking for. And I think I was worried about the thumb disc matching, because sometimes different grades of titanium, you know, will turn out a little differently. And they're slightly off, but just slightly off. I don't think you'll ever notice it, especially once it's put on the knife. And here's the show side. Need to wipe it down. We'll clean it up after we get done. Make it look real good before we put it in the bag and get it ready to send back to him. Yeah, I think he's going to like that. He said he wanted like a darker blue, navy blue. I think this is 22 volts. I think this is about as dark as I can get blue. If I go less than this, it starts to want to be a purple. If I go higher than this, it just gets lighter. So 22 seems to be about the darkest blue I can get. So yeah. All right, let's clean it and reassemble it. All right, let me grab an alcohol wipe here. Grab the Pro Shot Zero Friction. Great stuff. If you don't have some, get you some. When you run out of KPL or Gunny Glide or whatever you're using, buy you some of this stuff. It works just as good as those, and it costs a lot less. 30 milliliters for $7 or $8, and KPL is $14 for 10 milliliters, and Gunny Glide is $15 for 15 milliliters. So Gunny Glide's cheaper than KPL, but Zero Friction's far cheaper than both, and it works great. I've been using it for months now. I've got a lot of experience with it. I'm confident in recommending it to you. So good stuff, really good stuff. You know, I wonder what size bearings these are. I wonder if you could throw some skiffs in here for him if they're the right size. They might be the right size. They look like they're the right size. Let's see if these are the same size. And this thing is already drop shutty as can be, so nah, wrong size. I've got these extra skiffs here, and I have no idea what I bought them for. I got 4 packs of them, 4 sets of them, and I have no idea what they're for. I ordered them for something, but I don't remember what it was. Because I already put the skiffs in the Tucsons I wanted them in, and I looked up and these do fit Tucsons, but I don't have any other Tucsons I need to put skiffs in, so why did I get 4 more packs of them? I've had them for a couple months now, so... Oh, we need to take the this thumb stud off here. Thumb disc, thumb pyramid, whatever you call it. Ooh. There we go. That one's tight. She's tight. We'll throw some more Loctite on that. We're going to keep that screw though. Man, that thing does not want to come off. See if we can push it off here. Well, get something to push in there that won't damage the threads. Try a toothpick again. Won't damage the threads, and we won't cut ourselves in the process. Man, that thing is... Some of that Loctite must have got up in there. I don't want to scratch the blade up. How do we get that off there? Well, I can do that later. I can do that once it's reassembled. I'll figure that out. For now, let's get it put back together. I want to see what it's going to look like. And then I'll work on getting that thumb stud off of there. I think it's going to look really good. I like this blue color. This blue and black is going to look fantastic with the black pocket clip and everything and all the black hardware. It's going to look so good. Tell you, my allergies are all jacked up again, man. Every time I cut the grass, it just totally makes my throat. It's like the older I get, the worse it gets. When I was a kid, I wasn't allergic to anything. But the older I get, the more shit I'm allergic to, and the worse my allergies get. I might have to start wearing a freaking mask when I cut the grass. It's too damn hot to be doing that though. Alright, let's go ahead and throw this lock bar insert in there on this scale. We'll start with it. These little tiny screws are such a pain to try to get Loctite on. Oh, let me open the Loctite up first. Especially when they're titanium, right? If they're magnetic, it definitely is easier, but then you got to worry about corrosion. So I definitely prefer titanium screws. It's just more of a pain to work with them. All right. Stay there, screw. On the good screw. All right. Which way does this go? Like that. Yes. Just like that. All right. First screw done. All right. There's a pivot at. I'm going to open up a new alcohol pad and clean this pivot off. I think it's going to look good with that color standoff too. That's closer to the color. They're just higher polished, obviously, than the scales. We didn't want to do polishing. Polishing and titanium, it looks so good when you ano it. Problem is, every time you touch the knife, it just, the higher the polish, the worse touching it makes it look. So we're not gonna put a high polish on this titanium. Excuse me. For that reason. All right. Get our Pro Shot here and our doodad. Everything used in this video will be linked below, by the way, just so you know. Probably don't need lubricant down here under this washer, but since this washer is steel, it's the only thing steel on this knife other than lock bar insert, we're going to put a little lubricant down there just to protect it. And with these bearings, I don't know if it yeah, we want that side up or against the blade. I don't think it really matters with these bearings, but all right. Let's go ahead and reload our Pro Shot so we're ready. You know what? Let's go ahead and put those standoffs on. Should have done that before I did anything else, honestly. Oh well. Let's go ahead and pull out 4 of these. And go ahead and get some Loctite on them. Little dab will do you. You don't need much. Alright, next. Guys, comment below, let me know. Well, you'll know better once the knife is fully assembled. Let me know which color you like better. The lighter blue we started with, that we took off of it, or this darker blue. I think with the black hardware and black blade and everything, I think the darker blue is going to look better personally. I really like the lighter blue, but now I'm seeing this darker blue with the black. I think I like the darker blue better. I think Craig made a good call. It's not my knife, so it doesn't matter what I think, really. It's his knife in the end. As long as he's happy, that's all that matters. But I really like that lighter blue, but I don't know. I'm really liking this one. I think I'm liking this darker better, for sure. Gotta get a sip of my water. Stand by. Life water with some strawberry pineapple Mio in there. Mio with caffeine. Energy Mio. It's pH balanced. It's too hot to drink coffee, so. Although I may go to Starbucks get an iced coffee today. That sounds really good, actually. I can never make good iced coffee at home. It never tastes good. I can make great coffee, but iced coffee never turns out right for me. I hate paying Starbucks prices, but you know, they got that shit down to pat. All right, where's our little standoff at here? Let's go and wipe that down a little bit, or our stop pin on our standoff, and we are going to put a dab of lube in that hole, and we'll go ahead and do it in this one also. Just helps the stop pin stay in place. If you have any rattle, you can take a tiny bit of Loctite and put in on each end of it. A lot of times stop pins will rattle, so if you ever have that problem, lubricant, like if you use a heavy lubricant like KPL Heavy or some other heavy lubricant, thick lubricant, that can help also. But if that doesn't work, you can always just put a little bit of blue Loctite because it comes loose easily, so it's not going to stay, it's not going to lock it in there. Alright. Put that right there. Great thing about these doodads, man, this whole knife's gonna be done with like 3 drops of it. This lubricant, this bottle of lubricant will last forever too by using these. They work really, really well to control the amount. You don't want too much. You get too much in there, it gunks up, and lint and dust and stuff will get stuck to it. And you know, your action may be great when you initially put it on there, but if you carry it in your pocket for a couple weeks, your action will turn to shit real quick. All right, have we missed anything? I don't think we've missed anything. I think we've got everything right here. We need to clean it, of course, when we're done, but all right. Let's get this on here. I always like to start my pivots, if I can, just by hand, you know. Oh, we'll put Loctite on that in a minute. I just want to have that in there to hold it together. All right, let's go ahead and put these in back here. Is any you guys that may know more about the Convict than I do, is there a reason there's 4 standoffs, or is it just for aesthetics? I don't understand. I'd like this knife better if it just had 1 standoff back there, only, you know, 1 screw on each side. I think it would look better, and it'd obviously be easier to work on. 8 screws, body screws, not counting your pocket clips, a bit excessive. In my opinion, anyway. It's a bit uncalled for. I don't see why you need that many. Ooh, too much. Too much. Just a dab. Alright, we're almost there, guys. Gotta figure out how to get that thumb stud off there. What can I push through there that won't damage the threads, but will be sturdy enough to pop that thing loose? Toothpick just doesn't seem to have enough, it's not hard enough to, the toothpick is wanting to break. Alright, now let's work on that pivot. I think those 4 screws will hold it together, but I'm going to keep some pressure on it just in case. All right, that's tight, but not real tight. How's our centering? Oh, centering's looking good, ain't it? You got any blade play? I'm gonna flip this thing as it goes flying across the room. Now it's gonna be loose and I'm not gonna realize it. No blade play. How's our action? Ooh, action's real good, real good. That's from the oil all over it, getting all over it. I'll clean that up in a minute. All right. Go ahead and throw the pocket clip on there. Alright. I know I've just been rambling a lot during this video. Oh, that's T8. Alright. Figure if I'm going to do this, I may as well make a video. It takes longer to anodize and do all this stuff when you're trying to record it and do it under a camera, but some of you guys I know may find it interesting, so I figure I'll go ahead and record it and do it. Let's go ahead and put that through there. Too much. All right. Alright, we are done, except for this thumb stud. Now what can I use to get this thumb stud out of there? I did not expect it to be like this. This is a new one to me. Let me break this toothpick. Stand by, guys. I'm going to pause it and I'll bring you right back. I'm going to go find something to knock this out of here. Alright guys, I got it out. Did it off camera because I'll show you what I did. I got a brass nail and I took the nail, put it up into the threads to where it's past the threads and hitting the top of the thumb stud like this. Like this. And then just tap the blade and it popped it right off. And yeah, there was something, a little something under there. You can see it. I'm going to clean that up real quick. And put the blue one on there. And I am going to use the black screw, the one screw from the black one. I think it's just going to look odd with that silver screw. So hopefully the other, I think he said that the other blade that he's going to use the thumb stud on is a satin blade. So the other Convict is a satin blade. So I think it'll work out good that way. All right. Which way does this go? Can I do this with the knife closed? Yes, I can. Alright, I'll throw this black one in here, and this satin screw in here. Send that back home. Clear all this stuff out of here. We'll wipe this thing down and take a look at it. She's a dirty girl at the moment. She's dirty. She's filthy. We'll put these skiffs away real quick. I gotta figure out what the hell I can use these skiffs in. 3/16, or put my glasses on. Duh. 5mm 1/16 balls, 11 ball count. What the hell did I buy 4 packs of these for? I have no freaking idea. Alright. Let's grab another alcohol pad here. A fresh one. And clean her up real good. Actually, let's get this blue background out of here. It's going to look a lot better with that not there. All right. We're going to let this sit for 24 hours and let that Loctite set up. Definitely before we ship it back, but it's Saturday anyway, so I'm not shipping it until Monday at the earliest. So, but we would not want to drop this in the mail on a hot day, you know, right after putting it all on there, because that would not be good. It probably wouldn't set up sitting out there in 100-degree heat, and it's going to Florida. So I'm in North Carolina and it's near 100 degrees, so I don't even want to know what it's like down at the tip of Florida. All right. We're going to oil that blade too. All right, guys. I don't want to get my dirty paws on it again. What do you guys think? It looks good. It looks real good. In my humble opinion, I think it looks fantastic. He has lots of rust issues down there in Florida. I don't remember what blade steel this is, but I'm going to take a rim wipe. And just so you know, once you open these, throw them in a Ziploc bag, you can keep using them. And I'm going to oil the blade up. Actually, this one may be about dried out. About time to open a new one, I think. There's enough on here to do this, though. Oil that blade up for him real good. And then wipe the titanium down again. Titanium is one of those love-hate things, you know. It looks so good when it's clean, when you're not touching it. But once you start touching it, of course, this thing will patina from the oils in your hand over time, and it'll probably look just fantastic. But all right. I'm a bit of a neat freak. I can't help it. Alright, there we go. Freshly lubed blade, freshly anode scales and thumb stud. I think it looks good. And when you touch it, it gets more of that gray color. Can you see that? Or the darker blue. I don't know. It just what happens when you anode titanium. Touch it in places, it changes the color. But I think this turned out really good. I'm gonna leave it right here and take a picture of it after I end this video. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. Also, just to let you guys know, if you're curious about anodizing, I have an anodizing series. It's just quick, down and dirty how to do anodizing. And there's links in there to all the stuff you need to do anodizing. And this is with a power supply, not the 9-volt battery way. This is the actual power supply way. There's a link to a really good power supply that works so well too. And you can dial that thing in and get the color exactly where you want it. And also something you should know about anodizing. 99% of the work is prep work, right? You got to really do your prep work. If you want the color to turn out really good, the power supply and all that is part of it, but the biggest part of it is prep work. Preparing the titanium right, cleaning it properly, etching it properly, cleaning it again properly, then anodizing it, you know. So yeah, if you put in the right prep work, you will get a good result, great result. And I think this is a great result. Check Instagram for some pictures of this knife. They'll be coming very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you are new, turn your notifications on, and I will see you guys on the next one.